and welcome to A Dicey Experience. My name is Jason Sketch, and I will be your guiding light in this world of Dungeons and Dragons. Let us begin with our players. First and foremost, a specimen, none so unique like any other, small turtle, named Crew, played by our friend Stolen. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Stolen.
I am Stolen. I am playing Crew Saipan, the turtle with magic powers. Ah!
Beautiful. The chorus in the background sing wonderfully. And next to him with these long, gorgeous ears is Jean Lafayette. Tell us a little bit about yourself here, lazy man.
Well, one of the first things you should know is I don't think I can do that voice. But I am Lazy Man Gamer, and I play Jean Lafayette, the Harengon Rogue. Ranger.
Oh,
Rogue Ranger.
Thank you.
I've got to get that enmeshed in my mind.
Yes, we'll continue to soothe your mind with our silky voices.
Will do.
And the silkiest of them all is Lucas, the human. Tell us about yourself, Meerkat.
Well, howdy there, folks. I am Lucas. I am Texas citizen. And I'm here to shoot guns and wear my cowboy boots out in the farm. That's Meerkat.
Maybe we'll add some ASMR into that.
Yes, the soothing sound of hose hitting the ground.
Those dropping everywhere.
Hose dropping everywhere. And of course, we have the ever expectant return of Mean Green. Mean Green, tell us about your wonderful chilly friend.
Yes, well, I'm here playing the reborn Clark Coldwater. He is a warlock of the deep and has found his way in with the fates.
Wonderful. And everyone's favorite NPC, Volan. Tell us about your
I
character.
want to let everyone know I'm not an NPC. I am played by a player. My name is Vieto. This is not my normal voice because everybody's doing weird voices, so I figured I'd join in the fun. And yeah, I'm an artificer, and I got robot. It's pretty great. Thanks.
That's definitely an AI-generated script.
I swear, I am a person.
Oh, I believe him now. Wow.
I am not a robot.
You passed my CAPTCHA.
Please select all the bicycles.
Oh shoot, I got the wrong one. That was a tricycle.
I had to do one today,
Bummer.
and the car was so like they tell you to select a car, and normally they're like right there. It was like 3 streets down. There was a car, and I selected it, and it told me I was wrong. I don't know what I'm supposed to do in that case. Like, if the computer is too stupid to look at the whole picture, like I can't help that.
You know that's how we got Alexa, right?
Yeah.
Some sweet old lady couldn't pass all her captchas, so they just took her and put her in a small box, and now lives in like a hockey puck on your table. That's how we got Alexa.
Okay. Some very interesting Jason lore.
Yep, that's great.
Jason Lore, the Lord that no one asked for.
Oh, all right. I appreciate that.
Sorry.
Thanks. That makes me feel so good. It'd be a long episode, I think, Meerkat. Don't you agree?
No.
He is loving this. This is amazing.
Well then, I think we should play Nose Goes on who's gonna tell it this time. It looks like Meerkat. So, Meerkat, you will be explaining what happened last time. I'm surprised our guest even just jumped right in.
Yep. Just getting ready to tell everybody. Last time on The Fates, Lucas met his arch rival, again, Piano, at the cooking competition entrance. And there were some, I would say, quote, pleasantries exchanged, and then they went their separate ways. And something else happened, and then we were left with Jean and somebody walking down the street.
Good. Anybody want to fill in the something else happened portion? Thanks, Vienno. I appreciate you for paying attention, buddy.
I mean, I just remember that Jean made a deal with the devil, basically, and now he's trying to get the game rigged so that I would lose, and so that Lucas can win, and in turn he has to go get a scythe back from a giant.
Nobody's ever called me the devil before. I appreciate that.
We're doing
Fun
great.
fact: we know each other. This whole
Oh
time.
my gosh, we're starting. We wouldn't be playing D&D together if we didn't.
No,
all
I
know
meant
each
our
other.
characters.
Oh, good. Okay, well, hot dog. All right, so we left off in an interesting spot, right, where Jean was going to go back and meet with his team. Crew has a assignment to do, and Lucas has a thing in the morning. With all that in mind, do we want to just pick up where you guys suddenly met up in town, and where did you meet? Or do you guys want to kind of just pick up where we left off?
I'm fine just picking up somewhere in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, where do you guys find each other in town? Is it like a food place? Is it back at the boat?
I hear there's
Where
this
did you-
really good hookah bar.
Nope.
It's great. You should have been there.
Fantastic.
Where were you guys planning on spending the night? Were you going to go back to the ship or find some lodging in town?
Probably find lodging in town.
Okay. Then we'll just meet up wherever we had planned ahead of time to stay.
Cool. I need you to give me a descriptor word, John. Just one descriptor word.
One descriptor word.
Uh-huh.
I would say crooked.
Crooked. Okay. And Vienno, can you give me a noun?
Latch.
Latch. All right. You're staying at a place called the Crooked Latch. It's a nice location. And who owns the place? Coldwater.
That would be a Goliath artificer named Marty.
Marty. Awesome. And what's wrong with Marty, Lucas?
He's an artificer.
Besides the obvious.
Vienno leaves. We put water under the bridge. There's no problems between us, and he just comes out full of rage.
He's got a limp.
He's got a limp. Awesome. How did he get his limp, crew?
By being an artificer, of course.
One of his little robot waiters tripped him at some point.
Wonderful, yeah. So he's got little robot waiters. Awesome, very good. Good to know. Okay. So yeah, you guys walk into the Crooked Latch. You guys all find a table there, and have a room for the night. It's going to cost you guys 5 gold apiece each to stay, because they are high quality rooms. He's got robots cleaning them. So, what do you guys do? You're at dinner. Huzzah! What are you guys all eating?
Whatever.
There's also a rando with Jean. So.
Whatever Lucas recommended.
I'm gonna ask the barkeep what the most popular dish is, and I'll just order that.
It's my venison soup. It's pretty good stuff. Kind of lean, but it's got a nice stew flavor to it. It's pretty good. I got some chopped up carrots and onions inside of there. My special sauce.
Sounds great, and I'll order it for everybody.
Clark,
His special
Clark,
sauce sounds
Clark,
really creepy.
Clark,
That's a force.
Clark will politely decline. Be like, "Oh, I'm stuffed, fellas. I couldn't possibly. But thank you so much for your hospitality." He'll light a pipe or something to like.
You'll want to try my venison soup.
Oh, I'm just not hungry at all. It's nothing against your soup.
But I ain't had anybody to turn down my stew before robots like it. It's off. Well, he limps off, I guess. Back into the kitchen.
Well, crew, how productive was your afternoon?
Oh, it was amazing. You would not believe what I was able to get done. And I'm
Really?
gonna pull out the forms and flame them on the table. I need somebody to forge these for me.
John pulls out his monocle and takes a look at the papers.
The lady at the table didn't believe me that I was one of the judges replacing another judge. And now I have to fill this out and take it to the DMV to be qualified to judge.
I
Clark-
see.
Clark will peel over and be like, well, do you have a sample of the handwriting that needs to be forged?
No.
Oh, interesting.
But I mean, she's a famous cookbook author, so I'm sure we could find it somewhere in one of her books.
Hmm.
Do y'all know of a library in town?
I know of a Goliath that's really proud of his venison stew. Maybe I could make some headway and not offend him. And so Clark will get up to go see if the Goliath has one of these ladies' cookbooks. What's her name again?
It's Rachel Way.
All right.
Freddy's gonna tug on Lucas's shirt. Oh, do we recognize them now, or are we still pretending we don't know who they are? Why didn't I get any soup?
And I've dropped my disguise back to my turtle form.
Ready for until we leave the island, just assume that every time we see them, that we don't know them until I initiate conversation. And you did get venison soup, it's right here, and I'll kind of like take it off the table and put it in his hands.
So-
Oh, thank you.
Freddy,
I don't know who you people are. And he's gonna walk off.
Freddy, whenever I'm in my turtle form, you can talk to me. When I'm not in my turtle form, don't talk to me.
Okay.
Does that make
Can
sense?
we talk about your arm?
We don't talk about my arm. No, we don't talk about my arm.
Oh. Okay.
Also, I'm
Yes.
Rorden Gamzee. It's nice to meet you. You seem like an interesting fellow. Where are you from?
I'm from an island in the water.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, most islands seem to be in water. I'm learning lots of things right now.
Well, I'm sure a cooking competition is a great place to learn things. I'm glad that you're here with us.
I'm gonna sit on the floor now. Is that okay, Jean?
Who's Jean?
Rorden looks around.
I'm a little. Lucas just sits down and grabs his head and kind of. Lucas, sorry. Freddy sits down, grabs his head and kind of rocks back and forth a little bit. You walk on over to the bar. The cook comes back out with some more venison soup. You out here to come try some of my soup now?
I'll tell you what, good sir. If you can find me a cookbook by Miss, and I just lost the name, Ways, I will be happy to buy a round of soup for the whole dining hall.
Roll a persuasion check for him.
Not bad, because I'm really good at those. 16.
16. Okay. That sounds like a pretty good deal. Let me go see if I might have one in the back. I'm kind of sad you don't assume that I make my own good soup, though. I mean,
Oh no, just
put all
just
the work in myself.
just for research. You know, there's a cooking competition going on. Just for research. I believe that.
All right. Sounds good. Soups all around. And he begins to take soups around. Are you staying at the Crooked Latch as well, or are you staying somewhere else?
I think it would be very possible that I would try and find the nicest establishment, and then it turns out that the Crooked Latch is probably the nicest establishment nearby. With a name like that, it just oozes out just the finest things. And I will find my way walking inside and say, all right, it's good. It's been a good long day. I'm ready for the... Lucas! I didn't know you were here.
Hey, Vienno. Yeah.
Should we pretend not to know him as well?
No, well, we haven't been properly introduced. Vienno, this is Frederick, and he is my cooking assistant for the competition.
Oh, yes.
Hello.
What is this? A fine young man that you've got here? And he reaches his hand down to shake your hand, Federico, but kind of like gingerly grabs it.
The little kobold reaches his green hand and Oh, thank you. It's nice to meet you. You don't have a very firm grip.
I mean, your hand is very small. Anyway, so I see you are staying here. Is this the rest of your party here?
Well, I believe these two, and I'll point to John and crew. These are judges for the competition. So
Interesting.
yeah, obviously you're welcome to greet them. I was just talking to them, see where they're coming from,
So
and
you are getting buddy with the judges before the competition, I see.
Ho
Research.
ho ho! What is your name, sir? My name's Rorden Gamzee, and
Warden
John sticks out his
Gamzee,
arm.
what a distinguished individual. A name like that breeds character and culinary spark. I like it. My name is Vienna.
Oh, thank you. It's customary during these competitions to get to know all of the contestants. It's an honor to be invited, and we don't want to have any sort of line drawn in the sand. It's nice to know who each of these individuals are and get to know where their culinary prowess comes from. It's what makes the competition, getting to know the character of the cook.
That's wonderful. Now, can I ask what cooking guild are you associated with?
What cooking guild am I associated with? I see you don't know your cooking history very well.
Oh.
I have actually been held captive by a fire giant in the elemental realm for the last 1,000 years, and have just recently rejoined the world, which is why perhaps you haven't heard of me before. But I tell you, 1,000 years ago, I was the highlight of this realm. And I will
Roll me a
be
deception
once
check,
again.
please. Please roll me a deception check. And roll me an insight check there. You know?
Okay.
26.
Do you really want to know? Insight?
I think so.
Insight? That's a fat 0. I rolled a natural 1.
Oh man, you really
That
missed
is-
out on some key information you should have
Dude,
known.
I cannot believe this. How have I never heard of you? This is ridiculous. I didn't even know we had recordings going back 1,000 years. But this is
yes,
amazing.
of course.
I am so good. And he just reaches out and grabs your hand as firmly as possible. It's not very strong, but there's a good grip to it. And he just says, I would just love to get to know you better after this challenge. That way I can at least hear some of your recipes and the ways that you think. Being in a fire giant in the fire domain, that must have been indescribably difficult to learn how to cook there. I would love to learn directly
Well,
from you. Can you please? Can I call you master?
No, absolutely not.
Please!
And I can tell you, one
should,
thing
You should.
about
I
being in
really
the
understand.
elemental realm is that it makes ice cream entirely difficult to serve.
I would imagine, yes, with the hot and all. And the fact that most creatures there tend to be above 100 degrees.
I can tell you're a cut above the cloth. Nothing will get past you.
That is correct. Nothing goes over my head.
About that time, you return with a cookbook. Cold water.
Okay, so is Daisy with
My automaton would be like
there.
off to the behind me a little bit, just kind of just standing there.
Okay, so I'm just picturing that Mark is like enamored and there's like different hearts rolling up in his eyeballs as he's looking over and checking out Daisy.
No.
Are-
He's a well-established auto.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Daisy is a beautiful individual, and any male automaton would be happy to have her.
Jean will use this distraction as a way to pull his arm out of this man's grip. I don't know that Rorden even remembers his name. And we'll
it takes
call
me a
over to
second.
one of the
Yeah.
call over to one of the servers and say "rag" and wipe his hand profusely, and then toss the rag.
This little autognome on a wheel rolls over and pulls up a rag to you.
Okay, yeah, and as Clark gets back, he'll sidle up next to Crew to begin comparing the writing in the in the cookbook, whatever parts were handwritten by Miss Ways to what needs to go on the papers.
But we'll wait to do anything until the unknown walks away from the table, so we don't get caught.
Yeah. Clark's. That's kind of how he's wired. So when he sits down next to you, he'll pretend just to be like,
oh,
your company.
look at this nice recipe in here. You know.
Do I catch a glimpse of anything that's going on here? The fact that Lucas is now talking to two of the judges. I believe that. I believe that they are both judges.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. You can side check, like to.
I don't know what kind of check. I'm just like I'm hearing that they're being a little off kilter, but
Well, and like they're just talking about recipes and everything.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah. Well, and when Coldwater comes up, he'd be like, "Hey, stew on the house, my friend. Take part."
A stew on the
Sorry.
house.
There's no seat at this table. I'm sorry, but you're gonna. I see there's a table right over there, and I'm gonna point to like the far side of the room.
Oh.
You know, over there.
There's clearly empty tables all the way to the other side of the room.
Obviously, I understand when I am not welcome. Sometimes I understand, and that's okay. You guys enjoy your dinner together. I have already eaten, but thank you. And I will go ahead and walk over to the barkeep and have a talk with him, and then Daisy and I will go up towards my room.
Very cool. Okay.
Right.
I'll,
go ahead,
I
Captain.
Rorden and Gary, that was Vienna. We have a history, and
You know that man.
unfortunately, he is from my hometown, actually, outside of Tortune. So we've clashed in previous competitions before, and he seems to be wanting to win this one. He pulled some dubious actions in the last competition, so I assume he's going to try the same here. So whatever you do, just keep an eye out for him and his food. And if you hear anything,
What kind of dubious things happened? Is there something we can head him off at the pass with?
he had his automaton make his food for him. He didn't do it himself, and obviously that is against the spirit of the competition. You need to do it yourself, and there's an added layer of complexity since you have an assistant with you, but really you should be planning and doing all the work yourself, and the assistant just being like a sous chef situation. So
I'm a boy. I don't want to be a Sue.
you are just Frederican, my great assistant.
The great assistant, Freddy. Oh, I like it.
Yes.
Well, I had a meeting this afternoon, and I have a way for myself and Gary to become judges, but it requires some subterfuge and substantial risk. There's several cults on this island, apparently, and two of them are competing death cults. One of them has apparently stolen a scythe from the other, and if we return the scythe to the other cult, then they will grease the wheels that move and allow us to enter as judges into this competition.
Do we know where these cults take up headquarters?
Yes, there's one that is in a temple, and John will pull out that map that was drawn for him and pass it over to Gary. And there's another that is in a cave system. They've gone somewhat underground. There's a cloud giant that apparently is the head of this cult, and some other members that have joined this individual.
So we need to go into the cave to get the scythe back?
Yes, I was thinking, and Jean points over to Goldwater. We could use this man's magical talents and his trinkets to pretend to be servicing the scythe, giving it a good polish, renewing its magical capabilities, and ensuring that it gives them the goods for the next 10,000 years.
I mean, I don't see how anything can go wrong with that.
Yeah, you've never heard of the you've never heard of the Coldwater Magical Restoration Company? We've been in business for decades.
Thousands of years, in fact.
You must have not had a Tortoon location.
No.
He's been in the fire elemental realm.
Oh, okay.
The other piece of history that we're missing somewhere.
So, I say we forge these papers, just so we have a backup plan.
I think that's an excellent idea. Now, Lucas,
Yes.
there's some risk involved here. I mean, it's a cloud giant and an unknown number of cultists. We're here for your competition, and we just want to see you succeed. So it's entirely your decision. If you don't want to take the risk,
Yeah, if you want us just to step back and let you do your thing, we can do that.
I think the forging of the papers we can definitely do. With Coldwater's help. The scythe I feel like would take too much time and is a very great risk for something as simple as being a judge on in a cooking competition. So we can see if the forging goes well and then maybe decide to do the scythe thing. So
Yeah,
priorities.
And timing wise, I mean, you need to be available every day, so you have to be Jean, Coldwater, and I going and doing it without you.
Yeah. So
I was
yeah.
thinking we would go this evening. At least test
You
the
think
waters.
You think we could get it done in an evening?
Oh, for sure. Let's just get in, say, hey, we're here to service the scythe. So-and-so called us, and get out.
Sounds perfect.
They all wear masks, so I'm sure if we show up with masks, it will conceal our identities. If it doesn't go well, we just get out as fast as possible and say it didn't work.
I mean, I'm always down to try, but again, it's all you, Lucas. If you'd feel like it'd be too much of a risk.
Let's try the forging first. We can do this now, and then decide if that looks like enough to at least get one of you in the team, and that would definitely sway things in my favor. And if that doesn't work out, then I don't know if I want to risk lives for this. So, Coldwater, very nice to meet you.
All right. Pleasure's all mine.
Yeah. Now that we have the book, do you think you can make something happen here?
I'm pretty good with the hand-eye coordination. I think I can do something for you there. So Coldwater will take an excerpt out of the cookbook and the cook's handwriting, and kind of plan out what's going to be needed on the papers. And I'm hoping do a sleight of hand check, DM, to see if we can do that.
Sleight of hand sounds good to me.
Ooh, here we go. Punch the button. Beam me up, Scotty. Whoo, that's not bad. All right. 19 all told.
You like give a pretty good fake signature.
All right. Something like that right there, fellas.
I mean, that looks pretty close to me.
Wow, Coldwater, where did you learn to do this?
Oh, you spend enough time around pirates and mercenary ships, you pick up all kinds of strange talents.
I definitely haven't picked those up myself, so I'm guessing you've been doing this a lot longer than I have.
Yeah, well, it's been quite a few years, actually. So, but Coldwater looks like he's about 30, but he's also very pale. So, and also if you're paying a lot of attention, you'll notice that He feigns breathing sometimes, but you'll notice if you watch him that he goes long periods of times without his chest rising or falling.
Oh, I mean, a few years. You've got a lot of time over me. I mean, I've been at this for 2 weeks.
Ah,
And he's already a captain.
Yeah.
well, hats off to you, sir.
We can definitely use someone of your skills going forward if you're willing to stay with us for longer.
Oh yeah, as I was telling Mr. Gamzee there, that's what I do. I'm a pirate for hire, so I'd be happy to join in for a while for part of the spoils.
And he's a shipwright, and if you remember the state of our ship, Lucas, it could use some writing.
The brothers could always use a hand.
Yes, a third hand.
Do you speak Dwarvish?
Unfortunately, no. Elvish. Yeah, Elvish was the only extra tongue that I ever learned.
Don't worry, we've got another person on the boat, John. He can speak fluent Dwarvish, so he'll help you.
Ah,
Level Capitan.
Do I, when Vienna walks away, is he going to go sit by himself at a table, or is he going up to a room or something?
I think he said he made his way up to his room.
I mean, I would have done some other things, but that's up to the DM to decide if I get to do that or not. So
I know that you walked over to go talk to the bar keeper.
I had just said I was gonna go to my room for a small amount of time, and then I was going to come back down and sit at the near the bar, and have Daisy back in my room, and that was it. And then
Anything special at the room that you're open to?
Well, I doubt I could just go change all my clothes since I'm not a rogue. So I figured I would just drop Daisy off to lower suspicion of me necessarily, and just go have a few drinks at the bar and try my best to listen in on their conversation after they've gotten started and not pay attention to me being there specifically. I might change a few clothes just so it doesn't look like I'm me right off the bat, and then keep my back to them, because something doesn't seem right to me. Even though, Lucas talking to the judges before a competition, that doesn't seem like the Lucas I know.
Roll me a perception check.
This is gonna go great.
8. No, when you came back down, the crowds kind of started filling back in, and you can kind of see that they look and they got some paper, point at the book, and they wrote some things down, but nothing out of the ordinary. It seemed to be enjoying their stew.
Very well. That is all. I will keep myself in their peripheral if they notice me or anything, but I won't do anything else to interrupt them at this point. Mostly, I'm interested in my new master, Morden. What was it? Morden Gamzee?
Rorden
Gamzee. Yes.
Not to be confused with Gorgon Ramses,
Yeah.
the master chef.
Oh boy, this is gonna. Ramses is the best.
It's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, there's a lizard folk lady next to you that's trying to hit on you.
Oh.
Not very attractive, but she's very, very drunk.
But I know how to play it off and say, well, I do have current arrangements and I cannot take this on from you, but I do appreciate it nonetheless.
Oh, but I think you're very sexy.
You are very in my face, yes, but that is okay. And I just kind of push her to the side and say, why don't you go talk to this young man over here? And then just, gesture her over towards another person.
But I kind of want to talk to you. Sweet thing.
You will leave my side now.
Roll an intimidation check.
Intimidation?
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, so you watch Lucas as you're looking around the room to see if Vienna's back down. The crowd's starting to pull in, and you just see him be very rude. huffs and walks away.
While he's doing that and is somewhat distracted,
Tried to let her off easy.
I want to like excuse myself from the table, and while Vienna's distracted doing that, I'm going to try and go up to. I'm guessing all the rooms are up this like the same set of stairs or something. I want to try and go upstairs, but
Okay, so you're gonna try to go upstairs
without him noticing. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you make a stealth check, and would you be watching for Lucas, or are you more interested in
Well, I think I would be
Roar and Gamzee?
more focused on Roar and Gamzee for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So make a stealth check with
My
advantage.
passive perception is a 12, in case that helps.
That does.
Even with advantage, I got a 9.
You notice Lucas starts going upstairs.
I will subtly see that. Look over back at my new master, because I need to learn from him. But I know I probably have to be nicer to Lucas to get in good graces with Mr. Gamzee. I will finish off my drink, pay my tab, and follow up after him after 30 seconds. Not stealthily. Daisy will be outside the door of my room. She won't be inside the room. She'll just be standing almost like guard.
Yeah, so you start going up the stairs, and there's Daisy in the hallway. You hear him behind you.
I guess I'll see that Daisy's standing outside his room, and then quickly decide that I do not want to sneak inside his room. And then I'll turn around and see Vienna walking up the stairs. I was just making my way to my room. I needed to splash some water on my face. It's getting a little much here.
You weren't even drinking.
Obviously, I mean, the stress of talking to two judges at the same time, it was a little overwhelming.
It definitely. I just envision like Daisy now has moved. It's like we're basically flanking him at this point. But you seem to be having a grandiose time. What was so stressful? You were just meeting with some. You weren't trying to get in good graces with Master Gamzee, were you?
No,
That would be the only thing stressful I would expect.
I admit I do want to make sure that they like me, so they give me a fair grade. But I assure you that I will win this competition based on skill.
Well, I sure hope that you would. It would be awful to find out that the great Lucas was falling into the ways of the bad Vienno, as you used to call me.
It was a long time ago, Vienna, and I was a lot younger.
We both
then.
were. Yes.
So, the youth got away from me, and maybe I said some things I shouldn't have. Hopefully we can put that past us, and we can both have a fair competition between us without any subterfuge.
Subterfuge? I mean, I was coming at this to be, just in my good graces of trying to amend this altercation that we've had since, however long ago it was. And, I sit here and now I see you, turning around instantly as soon as you saw Daisy at the front door of my room.
I'm gonna take a step towards Vienna and kind of get close to you.
I step forward and stand in your face.
I don't know what kind of game you're playing, Vienna, or what you're trying to cook up here.
Ha!
But
That was a good one.
whatever intimidation technique that you're trying to employ here is not going to work. And whatever it is that you really are doing here, because you're not a good chef. Whatever it is, I'm going to find out.
So you do bear fangs.
And I'll take a step back.
You step back into Daisy. I always knew that there was some deep-seated hatred within you. Now, I admit, the upbringing that I was given allowed for me to be the boisterous one that I am today and back then. And I recognize that I had shortcomings and I failed, and I definitely cheated, as I was told. Maybe you could say I misunderstood the rules. I don't see it that way, but it is how it all went down. You know what? That's it. I'm sorry, and I'll leave it alone. Daisy, go back. Go back to whatever it is you're planning. Your attitude tells me that you've got something up your sleeve that is more than just a standard contestant. And that is the best thing I could have asked for. And I walk back downstairs to the bar and then walk out the front door to go back. And I'm just going to go for a walk.
So I'll
And
watch you walk down. Go ahead.
And as I get down towards the stairs and leave and say, I think it's going to be really fun having you be just like me. And then I leave.
Shit. I'm gonna.
Your mom sucks.
Coldwater's just like, you guys like have beef with everyone in town, don't you?
I mean, y'all wouldn't have seen me. This is all upstairs,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I guess you say that to me, and Lucas will just be like, just kind of dumbstruck a little, and he'll just kind of stand at the top of the stairs and watch you walk down and walk out, and he'll take a look back at Daisy, and
Daisy waves just like this.
I'll just kind of glare at her, and I'll walk downstairs and back to the table, sit down.
Yeah, and I'm out. I'm gone. So they would have seen me leave in almost a confident smile if they were watching.
I'll just start eating the stew and just hammer it back.
Lucas, are you okay?
Fine.
You don't sound fine.
I want to win.
That's why we're doing all this.
Well, you know, the if I understand correctly, the death cult that Mr. Gamzee was hired to check out is a break off of another one, so it may not be very big. So it might be worthwhile to at least go scout out the situation.
I agree.
If you're sure.
I'm sure. Let's do this.
Okay. And Crew is going to take the papers that they had forged and stick them inside the cookbook, close it up, and put that in his bag. We'll just save those for later.
As you're walking down the street, you see, it's a pretty packed, compact area. There's lots of buildings around. Think New York City, just with lots of walking and random carts that are kind of coming through, carrying people using the Umber. Of course, you have an Umber ring. It's not hard for you to afford something like that. You could easily take an Umber to wherever you wanted to go. You get to a street corner, you're kind of in a huff. There's some gentlemen in some purple robes there, and they smile at you and say, "Oh, sir, have you ever considered coming to one of the services of the Breaker of the Sea?"
Breaker of the Sea.
Ah, yes, the Breaker of the Sea. As it's well known that the Breaker is going to return and destroy and crack the sea open, and if you're not one of his servants, you might be swallowed whole.
Interesting. Is this something that's supposed
Would
to
you
be
like
coming
to-
soon?
Oh, yes, we hope for his return quite quickly.
How many of them are there?
Excuse me?
I'm asking you, the DM, how many of them?
Oh. Sorry, there's two.
There's two?
Just two of them. Yeah. And they've got like a purple robe on. One's kind of, like a half orc, and the other one is a normal, just human. Both males. It's a purple robe, and they've got like a rope tying around the robe to kind of hold it together.
And by chance, where is this? I mean, what are you trying to say? Are you trying to say you want me to come meet somebody? Or are you evangelizing to me? Like, you could be honest with me. And I give him my, merchant smile.
A roll persuasion check.
21.
I apologize. I'm not quite eloquent in my speech. I'm but at a young level for this cult, and not cult. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
I'm at quite a young level for this religion, and the breaker will be coming soon. Perhaps I can bring you to one of the services, and he can speak with you.
Don't you tell me where it is, and I'll make my way there if it seems that you're telling me the truth.
Small purple tent in the center. It's large. It looks like a giant circus tent. But you'll know it's the right one. It's got some more folks dressed like me entering the to and fro from the tent. But service is in the evening this evening.
That sounds very interesting. I'd like to think on it, but I will
Wonderful.
take what you have said into consideration.
Would you like a pamphlet?
Want a card? No, that's fine. You've pointed out where it is. I will know where to go. Thank you. I will leave this dark alley that I suspiciously walked into. All of a sudden, I'm in this dark alley. I was like, okay.
What is your what's your AC?
15.
As you begin to walk away, one of them clubs you over the head with a
Oh.
just bashes you on the head for a good 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, as soon as I get hit, I swing out with my rapier that's on my hilt back at whoever hit me.
Okay. That'll work.
Okay.
Half work.
26.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And then with my rapier, as it pulls out, it glows with like this spiraling blue film almost around, like it's weaved into the metal, and it just cuts at him and takes 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And I
Sounds
will
good.
rotate back out of the alley as quickly as possible here with them. I'm facing them.
Okay, I want you to roll me whatever that's called. Initiative.
Man, it'd be nice if I had Daisy with me right now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
My initiative roll is a 16.
Oh, I went backwards. Hold on. I was cocked. They got a 21.
Okay.
All right. So the first one's going to come out, and he's going to... Sorry, not the orc, but the human's going to dive towards you. And he's got 2 daggers in his hands. Going to try to stab you twice with his daggers. Natural 20.
Okay.
So, sorry about that.
No, you're not.
7 points of piercing damage with his knife.
Ouch.
So with his other knife, I'm guessing a 11 does not hit.
Does not.
Okay. All right. And then the second one, who had the club, is going to cast Hold Person on you.
Okay.
So, you need to make me check.
What kind of check is it? What save am I making? If I remember,
Wisdom saving.
Does a 13 save?
A 13 does
Yes.
save.
That -1.
Okay. You feel some magic kind of come over you as the one with the club reaches out with his hands, and magic tries to kind of swim around
Okay.
you.
How
do you do?
far from the alley am I? How many feet do you think I would be?
I think you've stepped out like 5 feet from the alley.
How long? And this main road is pretty closed off, right? Or pretty. I mean, there's
Yeah,
not many people
like-
out right now.
Correct. In this part of the
Okay.
town.
Bonus
weird
action. I will take a little vial out and just drink it as a expeditious retreat little drug, which
Okay.
increases my movement speed, and I will dash.
For how many feet?
That would be 60 to expeditious retreat. Sorry, I forgot to write down my spell here. It is 60 feet. Action 60 feet. Bonus action. 30 feet, 30 feet, bonus action 30 feet.
So
90 feet out.
away. Okay.
And I know I will get attacks of opportunity against these guys that are hitting me.
Well, yes, yeah, the one with the dagger for
Okay.
sure. Not a roll. I just dropped that dice. I'm gonna re-roll it for you. It was a 16, just so
A
you
16?
know. I'm not trying to cheat you out. Yeah, but I dropped it. I didn't
Okay.
roll it. So, but I did roll an 18
Shield.
plus.
My AC is a
18 plus
20.
4.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Be
matter. Doesn't
22.
matter. Never mind. Never mind.
Yep.
You hit me.
So, 6 points of piercing
Ouch.
damage. You take off. You kind of hear the other one. Come on, we can't chase after him. He's getting too fast. I didn't know he was going to be that fast. He would have been a perfect sacrifice. What do we do? Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And they start to run off the other direction.
I run back
Into the alley.
towards the tavern.
And,
Just full sprint.
Start
Just.
yeah, and as you guys come on out, you see Vienno going for a nice run. And that's, I think, where we're going to end this evening with the Dicey Experience. As always, my name's Jason Sketch. This is the Tale of the Fates and Coldwater and Vienno.
You.
And next time, we'll be deadly serious next time. Bye-bye.
Yeah.